Hi, welcome back to my studio. Today I'm going to throw a pitcher and show you how to throw something a little bit on the taller side and then how to create the spout when I'm finished. So I'm going to turn the screen down so that you can view my wheel, and here we go. First, of course, I have to center the clay. It's a pretty big piece, so it will take a little bit of pressure. Anytime the clay sticks to me, I wet my hands and really anchor my elbow in my body so that I can get that in the center. My back's rocking a little bit. I'm going to pick it up, put a little clay on the wheel head to help it stick down. Get my back on, and we should be good now. All right, so I'm going to cone the clay by pushing it in and then pushing it down into my hand. This is a good method for when you have a larger piece of clay. It's also great for when you want to add some water to the clay. All right, we're almost there. One more time and I should be good to go. Okay, now I'm going to open it up. Take my thumb, stiffen it up, press down through the center. I really have to think about getting that thumb to stay steady so that when I open it up, it's going to be a nice straight centered hole. Okay. All right, I'm ready to start pulling up the clay. So I'm going to slow my wheel down a little bit, anchor my body, lean into my leg, and start to pull up the clay. I'm going to pull this up just like a cylinder. Maybe I'll have a little bit of a taper on the top where it'll start to go inward because I don't think I want a really big opening at the top. So it's a little bit easier if I keep it small to start with. So I'm going to just push in both directions. There's a lot of clay here, so I have to put a decent amount of pressure. If you're watching my hands and you're noticing that bump, my outside hand is just underneath it, and my inside middle finger is pretty much right in that bump on the inside. I do keep pressure when I get towards the top, but I do have to back off a little bit as I get up there because I don't want to rip through the wall. I don't know if you guys noticed, if you could see that I changed my arm position as I got towards the top because I have to start with my arm out. Let me lift the screen so that you can watch the next pull like that. My arm is out when I'm all the way down in there, but as I get closer to the top, I'm going to want to bring that arm in against the body just because it helps me to steady myself up towards the top. So I'm going to reposition, grab on and make that little bridge, and continue off the top of the clay. Just trim our top. Oops, missed. There we go. Okay, trim our top. Fix that up. Let me just take my sponge flat against the bottom. Soak up any of the water that's in there. I think I can make one more pull taller, and then I'll start to shape it. Notice I'm not really bringing up as much clay because I really don't have that much left. Okay. All right, now I'm going to start to shape the outside. I'm going to bring the bottom out, have it come in, and then maybe have it go out just a little bit. So if I want to make the bottom go out, I'm going to put a little bit of a pressure with my inside hand, and then I'm going to allow it to happen with my sponge hand. I'm going to allow my sponge hand to work as a wall. So I'm pushing against it, I'm letting it move out, but I'm not going past a certain point because I want to keep that from going out too far. So you want to do this kind of on the gradual side. I'm going to go back down and work my bottom again. You don't always have to do a pull that goes all the way through the top. Okay, need a little water. This time I'm going to bring that pull through the top. So I'm going to work my bottom section, pushing it out, getting the shape I want. Slow the wheel a little bit, bring it up. Now I'm going to switch my pressure so that I'm pushing inward to make that a little bit skinnier as it comes up and a little bit outward at the very top. Okay, let's trim our top. And I'm going to go back down inside with my hand and my sponge and just clean that up. Okay, I kind of like the shape that I have right now. This will make a nice big water pitcher. So I'm just going to take some of this extra clay out down here. This doesn't have a real harsh angle, so I'm going to get rid of this so that we can see the shape that it's going to be. I like to continue the curve downward so that the curve of the piece goes all the way down to the bat, and it's a very continuous curve. All right, there we go. That looks good. Okay. All right, so I kind of like the rings from my fingers on there. So I'm going to leave those and I'm going to stop the wheel. So now if I wanted to make this into a pitcher, which I do, I need a spout. Right now I have a very circular top. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my fingers so that they're kind of like holding on to there a section. And then I'm going to take my sponge and push it through the center of where my fingers are creating that space. And you always want to kind of go in the direction that you want the water or the liquid to flow. It's a good idea to help the spout give it some direction. So you can see how I'm taking that wall out and I'm kind of really pushing in the direction that I want that to go. So I can use my finger, need a little bit more water. This is very fragile at this point. You can see how easily it's moving. So you just want to move it enough until you get the shape, and then we want to leave it alone. So let me see if I can pick this up. show you what it looks like. So there's the top, and you can see how that is, how I've pulled that down in the direction, and that spout even has a little bit of a point to it so that it will pour really nicely. Some potters push this area out a lot more than that. It's really a matter of design and your taste. So next, what I would do after this sets up is I would pull a handle and put it on the back. Very important that you always want to make sure that your handle lines up directly with your spout. Nothing worse than a crooked handle and you pour crooked. So this will have a nice looping handle on here after it sets up. I'll probably foot the bottom as well. And that's our demo for today. Hope you guys have a good day. Thanks for tuning in. Wheel throwing with Pflug.